Right, good afternoon everybody. It's Lewis Clamping here from Trend Signal. Thank you very much indeed for logging into this afternoon's presentation. Before I hand over to Adrian, who will take us through a couple of the Sniper Circle strategies, I want to go through a couple of bits and pieces, bit of housekeeping before we start. Hi Boris, good afternoon to you. Well, first and foremost, if you're looking to make an extra income from trading things like Forex, indices, commodities, stocks and shares, that sort of thing, well, you're certainly in the right place. Now, before Adrian teaches us his powerful strategy, let's go through a couple of bits and pieces. First of all, can everybody hear me okay, please? I need everybody's attention. We are big on interaction here. Generally speaking, the more you put into these sessions, the more relevant the session will be. To give you an idea, we're broadcasting live from our trading floor here in Milton Keynes. So if you have any questions at all, any problems, please use the questions panel on the page there. I'll quickly go through that now for you. You're looking for this orange arrow. If you click on this, that will maximize this panel. Any problems, any questions, any responses, you're looking for this panel here. If you wouldn't all mind, please, just so I know everybody's listening, would you all mind just putting in a quick hi, hello, good afternoon to you all? That'd be fantastic. That way I know that you know how to use that panel. Okay, let's have a look. Everybody, please, everybody's attention. All clear? Here we go. Fantastic. That's brilliant. Well, Adrian will be asking a number of questions throughout this session, so any responses will go in this panel here. If Adrian's mid-sentence, mid-flow with something, we have a team of people next door who can help you with any answers, any questions there. We'll be answering. It's all very interactive, you see. Right, okay, got plenty of responses there, brilliant. Well, okay, the purpose, what we're here for, the purpose, I suppose, of this afternoon's webinar presentation is to demonstrate the powerful Sniper Circle trading strategy we use here on a daily basis here to extract profits from the financial markets. We'll get on with it without any further ado. I'll pass over now to Adrian Boothby, who shows us how he does it, but more importantly, how you can too. Bye for now.
Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Adrian, as I say, and thanks very much for coming along. Why are you here? You're here to make millions, baby, says Jag. Well, slightly a corny start road, but hello, everybody. Thanks for coming along. What we are going to be talking about today is trading the markets with Trend Signal, a disciplined approach to trading that can help you to make a significant extra income. As Lewis said, it is a live session, and I am talking right now. I'm a real person and all of that. So pop us a message in there. Please interact. Please answer questions that I pose to you and post any questions in that you may have so that we can make sure that we do go through that as well. All right, everybody? So thanks a lot for that. Let's start off with a question about why are you here? I already know why Jag's here, to be honest, but why are you here? Or more importantly, actually, why are you interested in trading the financial markets in the first place? Stocks, shares, indices, FX, commodities. Why do you want to trade? You know, what's given you that attraction? You know, for me, there's only really one reason why I wanted to trade or why I got into trade in the first place. And really, as Paul's put in here, it really was to make money. And I think probably most of you, I dare say, if not probably all of you, would share with that sentiment. It may be because you want to make a primary income. Maybe you don't want to work for you do your 9 till 5 anymore. Maybe you want to supplement your income, get a second income, so maybe pay for a few holidays each year. Maybe it's to supplement your retirement income, or perhaps it's just something to do. Who knows? There's a number of reasons. Perhaps largely they come down to money, financial freedom, that sort of thing. And the great thing about trading is that it's one of the few things in life that can actually give us that opportunity, I suppose. And the best thing about trading is it doesn't have to need all your time either. In fact, some of our best traders, some of the best users of the Sniper strategy are only looking at the markets once a day. And it sounds a bit, I don't know, a bit silly really, looking at the markets once a day to be able to make a decent income, but it is very much possible. And it is possible through the use of the right information. Trading kind of goes against our age-old model of doing things and making money, which is the longer you do something for, time-wise, the more you get paid. Because we're used to being paid by the hour, the week, the month, aren't we? We're paid £10 an hour, £20 an hour, whatever it may be. Trading's not like that. It's not about how long you do it. It's about how well you do it. It's about having the right information, implementing it correctly to then allow you to make a decent amount of money. And how much money can you make? Well, we're going to talk about how we can make the pips later on. But what I want to demonstrate first of all is that profitable trading is achievable. You know, it is achievable not with necessarily having massive trading accounts, staking huge amounts per point, or even making hundreds and hundreds of points a day either. Modest points and modest staking can lead to a pretty decent income. So what can we be talking about here? Now, typically people say to me, oh, I want to make 20, 50, 100, 200 points a day. I get all sorts of different numbers there. But if you can make 20 pips a day, or points. Let's say you bought FTSE at 7,000, sold it at 7,020. That'd be a 20-point move. If you could do that on average, on balance, once each day, that's 20 points a day, roughly 20 trading days in a month. That's 400 points in a month there. Okay. And now, if you're trading as a spread bet, perhaps, which most people in the UK are, which is where we are, then typically you're going to be trading with IG, CMC, City Index capital spreads, and the minimum that these brokers allow you to trade is £1 per point. So for every point the market moves up or down, you can make or lose £1. So that means if you can make yourself 20 points in a day or 400 points in a month, that's £400 of profit in a month. So if you can make £400 of profit in a month trading the minimum that broker will allow, that's okay. It's a few meals out perhaps, but on an annualized basis, it's best part of £5,000. That may be the nice second income that you might be looking for. You know, it's not exactly setting the world alight perhaps, but it is chipping away at a little bit of extra income, particularly if that spread betting profit can be tax-free too, if you're fortunate enough to be in the UK. But I know we've got a lot of people from all over the world in today's session. The thing about trading, though, is that how do you make more money than that? I don't just want to make £400 a month. That's okay, but I want to make a lot more than that. So how do we do it? Do we have to make lots more points? Yeah, we could make more points to make more money. Of course we could. But actually, with confidence, we can start to increase our trade size a little bit, can't we? So instead of trading £1 a point, which is, after all, the minimum the big brokers will allow you to trade, you might start to trade £2, £3, £5 a point. Because with 20 points a day, at £10 a point, that's £4,000 of money a month. And suddenly, we're getting into quite punchy numbers, aren't we? So what do you think, guys? Is this a sort of number that you'd be really wanting to have from your trading? You know, £1,000, £2,000, £3,000, £4,000 a month. Is that what you're looking for, do you think, guys? Let me know in the question section there. The good thing about this is, of course, is that it's not about making trades at £100 a point, and it's not even about making hundreds of points a day. It's about an achievable number of points, an achievable, attainable stake in order to pick up a very powerful amount of profit. It's really about doing it right. We're going to get into how we do it shortly, but of course, as you can see on an annualized basis, potentially tax-free as well if you're spread betting. But you can trade futures, CFDs, margin FX, variety of different ways to identify, to get on these trades. You know, but the potential is very much there. And I can tell you, not including March, and we're going to get into March's results later on, that over the last 6 months, we're averaging over 1,200 pips per month over the last 6 months just from end-of-day trading. What's end-of-day trading? It's basically looking at the markets at the end of the day, once a day. So if you don't have much time, the point I'm trying to make with this end of the slide here is that you can still make those points, even without huge amounts of time. 1,200 pips a month from just 10, 20 minutes a day. I'd like to think probably all of you could do that. All of you have the time to do that. The fact that you're at this webinar means you've got the inclination to want to do that as well at an absolute minimum there. And really, to make money, that's all you actually need to commit either. 10, 20 minutes a day, looking at the markets, placing a few trades. And actually, the great thing about trading with Trend Signal is, and the strategy I'm going to show you, is that it is very simple to follow. what we've done here at TrendSignal is created our own unique indicators. We've developed those indicators over a number of years, and in 2003 we launched those indicators to the market to make them available for people to buy and to use on their own computers as well. What we've also done, for obvious reasons, is developed our own strategies using those indicators. The key thing about these strategies or trading strategies is that they're very simple to follow and very rules-based strategies. What they're really designed to do is identify turning points in the market. Sure, we can go a step further and spot trends and support and resistance and so on, but what we get new users doing, and really what the purpose of today's session is to show you, is a particular strategy, a reversal strategy where we look for a turning point in the market. And the key thing with this is it's simple to follow and it is rules-based. And I would argue that the vast majority of you at this session today, and correct me if I'm wrong, give me a yes or no here, but I bet you're looking for, obviously, a strategy that works. That's kind of implied, that goes without saying, but I expect you're looking for a simple to follow strategy, plus also one that is rules-based. Because the thing about trading with discretion is it doesn't really matter how good anyone's strategy really is, because it's all about you and it's about how you feel. It's not necessarily replicatable. The thing about our strategies are that they're simple to follow and rules-based. So if our chart looks like X, then I'm going to tell you what the Y is that you need to do so that you can get the same results as us. And that's really what we're all about here. So the question is, do you want a simple to follow rules-based strategy? Give me a yes or a no into the question section there, just so I'll make sure we're all on the same page. And as Mark says here, he's one of our customers, joined about 18 months ago. As he says, I decided to use the 20 pip strategy. I like it very much because it's very easy to do and there's no real need for any discretion. You see, put it this way, we've kind of done this work for you. You know, at TrendSignal, we've developed our indicators and strategies so that you can effectively use our strategies without you having to find them out for yourself. Our job is to introduce these to you, teach you to use them so that you can hit the ground running on your trading account and start picking up profits from the markets as soon as possible. And really the alternative to that solution is perhaps what you might already be doing. I don't want to presume anything, but perhaps the reason you're at today's webinar is because you may not be getting the results that you're looking for at the moment. Okay, from the trading strategy you've got, maybe you don't have a strategy and you're not too sure what to do. The key point about trading is that 85% of self-directed traders lose money. That's a worrying statistic, but it's actually that reason it's that high because most people go into trading without having a clue about it, really. You can open up a trading account in 5 minutes, put a couple of grand on the account, and all of a sudden you're a trader. You don't really necessarily have to know what each and every market is, what it does, or anything like that, but you can start placing trades and so on. It's kind of madness, really. Common sense would suggest that if you want to be good at anything, then you really need to seek professional tuition and get help, instruction from people who are good at doing it and people who know how to do it. At TrendSignal, we've been teaching people for the last 12 years now how to trade effectively using the indicators and strategies that we have developed. The alternative for that is perhaps not having a strategy, you know, throwing the old dart in the dartboard type thing. It could be you have a strategy that you've tried to craft yourself, but actually perhaps it just doesn't work. You know, I guess the point is that, you know, anyone can learn anything with 10,000 hours worth of study. That's what they say, don't they? But you know what? I don't want to spend 10,000 hours analyzing chart patterns, analyzing candlestick patterns, looking for moving average crossovers and relying on my discretion, relying on how I feel, because how I feel makes a difference. You know, I might have had an argument with the wife. I might have just, you know, whatever. Who knows? But how I feel to make a negative impact on the way in which I trade. The way we trade is a simple to follow, rules-based approach to trading that can help you deliver results into your trading account. And if you follow the strategies that we teach you, or we can teach you if you want to be taught them, then the results can be great, because your results can be exactly the same as our results because they're simple to follow, rules-based strategies. And as Andrew Matthews here, one of our customers, said, I've had Trend Signal installed for about a year, but wasted my time making silly errors on a demo account for 9 months and then decided to go live. Since then, my mind has been completely focused and have increased my account by 120% in 3 months. Not 120 points, but 120%. The point Andrew's saying here is that he's now following the rules. He's stopped messing about. He's now following the rules, and he's making money, and he's more than doubled his trading account in a 3-month period. And if you want to follow the strategies, have the indicators on your own computer, and learn to trade in the same way that Andrew has been taught, then there is a cost for our service. Trend Signal costs £3,000 plus VAT. We're going to get into what that includes a little bit later on into the session, but it includes support, it includes training, and also the indicators and strategies that you need to become an effective trader and user of the Trend Signal system. What we're going to go through today, though, first of all, is teach you one of my strategies. I want to teach you my sniper trading strategy. I'm going to show you how we identify trades so that you can get a look through the keyhole, but just about how straightforward it can be to identify trading opportunities, and more importantly, trading opportunities that work. I'm going to be going through the results of those strategies as well. I'm going to show you how we can maximize profits using those simple to follow strategies, and also go through the support that we provide to help you make profitable trading a reality. So let's start getting into it. And I'm going to start teaching you this strategy now called my sniper strategy. And I'm going to start off with a look at a 15-minute chart, okay? Let's start off with a 15-minute chart, go through a few different trades. I'm going to basically get you to understand everything straight away, and then we're going to start applying it to different time frames, different markets, just so that there is a little bit for everybody, okay? So listen, let's crack on a little bit there. Bear with me a second. Okay, so let's bring in a chart here. I'm going to start off with a 15-minute chart. Let me just bring that in for the euro dollar. This is a bit of a funny time for this trade, really, but I just want to show you this as an example of a trade anyway. This is a trade from this morning in the small hours. I don't particularly expect you to be up that early in the morning, but it's a trading opportunity, and at this point I just want to teach you how we can look to identify those opportunities, okay? So let's just start off with this trade on euro US dollar from this morning. I'm just going to move to the right to the particular entry point itself. Now, I'm going to teach you this strategy now. I want you to think about whether you could follow it as well. Number one, okay, this is a 3-step strategy, and the way to think about Trend Signal's indicators really are this. The more green indicators you have, the more we're expecting prices to rise. The more red indicators you have, the more you're expecting prices to fall. Now, the sniper strategy is about a turning point in the market. We're looking for a change in direction. Therefore, we're looking for a change of indicators from red to green to give us a buy, or a change from green to red to give us a short. Does that make sense? So what we're looking for is a particular pattern. And that particular pattern, 3 indicators that we're looking for, is going to spot that turning point for me, and therefore a change in direction, an entry point that I need to help give me that trade. Okay, so let's have a look at it right now. Let's go through those 3-step process. Number one, you see this separate chart at the bottom. This really tracks momentum for me. These are all my own unique indicators, and they all automatically plotted. You don't need to do any manual calculation or anything like that yourself, okay? So you see the line here turning from red to green. That's a change in the color there, identifying for me a change in the momentum. That change from red to green is step number 1 on my chart there for a potential reversal, potential up reversal there. That's number 1. Number 2, you see this line here that's changing, well, it's tracking the candlesticks here. It's red at the moment. And then eventually on this candlestick here, that line there turns from red to green, doesn't it? See that? See that color change there is also my second objective. It's a pretty questionable 2 there, but that's step number 2 of my 3-step strategy, okay? So that color change from red to green gives us my second indicator. And then finally, in a very visual way, as we can see here, the yellow disc with the green outline as well then gives me my third green indicator on the chart. So when I see a trade that looks like this, and those 3 indicators on my screen there, that just obviously gives me a lot of confidence about that reversal. It gives me a very actionable point at which this market is now looking to change direction. So on the close of that candlestick, as that candlestick finishes a 109, let's call it 109.19, we've got then our opportunity to buy on Euro US dollar from this morning. So let's just make sure we're all okay with that. Guys, first of all, do you think you could follow this? Let me know on the questions section there. Do you think you could follow this? They're all my own unique indicators. The bottom line is called a trend signal line. The line that cuts through the candlesticks is called my vector average, and also the yellow disc there is called my sniper circle. They all pop up automatically as I say. Now here, red to green, that's number 1. Okay, red to green here, that's number 2. And the yellow disc there, let's stick a big number 3 in the middle. So on the close of this candlestick, that's my opportunity to buy, 109.19. Simple enough? We can all spot that, can't we? Let's have a few more yeses. Let's make sure I've not lost you all to something dreadful on the TV like Loose Women or something like that. Okay, good. All right, so simple enough. That color change there, that change there from red to green, identifying clearly for us a potential buying opportunity, and that's really what we're all about. Now, let's move on, shall we? So we've got our entry point. We're clear enough on that. What else could we look for? Well, we need to think about stops and targets, don't we? So this is entry-level trend signal chapter 1 that we're talking about here. Now, in truth, as a trend signal user, we can teach you more about how to extract bigger profits from certain trades. But as a new user, we'd get you on going for something very simple, very straightforward right at the beginning, because we understand really that it's complicated at the beginning a little bit. We want to get you earning while you are learning. And that 109.19, we're just going to go for a 20-point target. Why 20 points? Well, there's 2 reasons why 20 points from here is our target. So in other words, 109.38, 109.39. The reason why we're going to go for 20 points, 2 reasons. 1, because it's simple to follow. Number 2, because it works. That's really 2 pretty attractive reasons in my opinion, because it's simple to follow and it works, and I can teach you how to get more profits from certain trades as a customer if you wanted to join Trend Signal. As far as the stop loss is concerned, let's just have a look back to the previous low point. We like to put our stops below support, or indeed if we're going short, above resistance. Okay, so our stop loss is just going to be below a couple of ticks below that recent low there. So my target is 20 points away. My stop loss is just below that recent support level, and there's my entry point there. It's about a 1-to-1 risk reward on this trade, slightly better than that, and it's a good looking trade. It's a perfect setup. So is everyone okay? We all okay with this so far? Let's have some yeses and nos into the question section. Do you think you could spot this? Are we all okay? Let me know in the question section, everybody. No, says Jag. Okay, lots of yeses otherwise. Okay, Jag, just concentrate on the yellow disc, okay? You can spot the yellow disc, then you're pretty much where the entry point is anyway, all right? So that's really what we're talking about there. Okay, let's move on. So from there, what are we going to do? Well, we've got our target, we've got our stop loss, and I also want to tell you a little bit of something about how we look to manage those trades as well. You see, one of the most important things about your trade is not about where you get in, it's about where you get out. You know, does anyone here get emotional about the trades after they place them? Start to get a little bit nervous, perhaps? You know, a bit anxious. You start to sweat a little bit more, the heart rate going boom, tiddy boom, tiddy boom. And it's because of the fact of a lack of confidence, perhaps, that we have in our trading that makes that happen. It maybe is because you're risking too much money that encourages you to become very apprehensive about trades after you place them. The thing about trading, it should be as simple and as rules-based as possible. The problem with a lot of traders is that they tend to sit there staring at charts, fiddling with their targets, fiddling with their stops after they place them, in a vain attempt to improve the outcome of their trade. But let me tell you one thing, the market doesn't care how you feel, the market's going to do what it's going to do, irrespective of how you feel about that particular trade. What we do is we do something called set and forget. So when we put our stop and target in, we then leave the trade alone, and we do that to eliminate emotions as much as we possibly can. We do not trail a stop loss up. We do not move a stop loss to break even at the first available opportunity in order to give us a risk-free trade in inverted commas. That does not work. We allow our stop to run its natural course. It's not about how it gets to my stop or target. It's really about whether it gets to my target more than my stop loss. It's a bit like if you play golf. It's all about what score you write on the scorecard at the end of the hole, isn't it? It's not really about whether you hit some lovely shots, because all that matters on the scorecard is what you finish the hole with. And so here, we can see the market going sideways for half an hour, and then eventually the market starts to move higher, moving on, hitting target on that euro-dollar trade. And that's what we're really talking about here with that trading, whether it's a daily chart, whether it's a 15-minute chart, it doesn't really matter. We set, we forget, and we allow that trade to go. Okay. Other trades that we've had include, well, certainly quiet, perhaps really, and new trades on sterling dollar today. The last move, I always look at sterling dollar because it's a popular market. Lovely buying opportunity there as well yesterday. Trading-wise for the DAX today, well, we had a short on the DAX today at 11 o'clock. You see that opportunity. And here we've got a selling opportunity there. So the indicator's turning from green to red, giving us that short from 11 o'clock there. So these are trades from today and big markets from today as well. And you can see a nice short there from that sell at 11, 9, 10. This market then subsequently fell about 50 points or so, and a nice profit on the short there indeed. So here we are, Catherine, looking to make money on falling prices there. And also US oil as well, giving us a nice profit earlier today also. So that's day trading. It's about placing the trade, it's about being in front of the screen, and it's about being active at your screen, identifying opportunities for a little bit of a chunk of the day, to be honest with you. So here, you need quite a bit of time, really, at your charts. But let me ask you all a question there. How many here don't want to look at the charts all day? Does anyone here want to look at the markets maybe once or twice a day? Does anyone want to do that? Once or twice a day, perhaps? Once, says Catherine. Kurt says yes. What do you all think, guys? How often do you want to look at the markets, do you think? Okay. Bit of a mixed bag. Okay. Once or twice, most people are saying here, actually. Okay. So in which case, what I'm going to do is start moving on to a different time frame. So if you want to trade all day, 15-minute charts are great. We've kind of done that now. And results are very good on that. It just requires a lot more time, really. Okay. But if you want to look at the markets once a day, this is where actually probably most of our customers trade. And they do that because actually most people have a day job. You know, yes, they might be a computer-based worker and they probably look a little bit more actively when the boss isn't looking, that sort of thing, tilt the monitors, you know, a slightly different angle. You know what I'm talking about. It could be that actually you're retired, and you're retired because you don't want to be at your computer anymore. You want to go and do the things that you enjoy. You've got a bit more time, but frankly you don't want to spend it trading or looking at charts. So you just want to look at the markets once a day. And if you want to look at the markets in the evening, then there is a list of FX, index and commodity markets that we track all of the trades for. It's a list of 38 markets there. It's some FX, it's 4 indices, and it's 4 or 5 commodities. And it's a great list of markets that gives us some fantastic opportunities. And you know, just looking at some of those trades, there's been some great opportunities recently. If I look at recent trades here on the likes of gold, you know, lovely buy. And you can see here that after that buying opportunity, we understand the buy, don't we? Those indicators turning from red to green. You look at the markets at 9 o'clock at night. This week, it'll be 10 o'clock next week because of daylight savings, but typically 10 o'clock at night. You look for those opportunities, indicators turning from red to green, and then we can see those trades to buy there. That's gold. That hit target within a day. And just looking for a 100-point gain on a daily chart, an end-of-day chart, looking at the markets once a day can give you those trading opportunities. And if you took every trade that looked like this between 2010 and 2014, then just going for 100-point gains, you'd have made over 27,700 pips from trading the markets. And this is still this very simple to follow, rules-based approach to trading, okay? And you can see a number of different opportunities along those lines here. Look at US oil there. That gave us a buy on Friday night. From there, the market is now up nearly 200 points. Dollar Swiss, that short from a few days ago as well, just after that Fed statement last week, another profit. I've actually just hit target on Euro Yen whilst we've been talking as well on another end of day trade. UK oil, sorry, we'll look at those two in a second. Euro dollar, another 100 points made there. Euro sterling, another 100 points there. So this is quite straightforward to spot. Looking for those turning points. And this is something that everybody can achieve. You know, the strategies that we've put together are strategies that you don't have to be, you know, some sort of Mensa trader guru to be able to follow. What it's about is being able to follow simple rules. And if you can follow the rules that we set out for you, then you can get exactly the same results that we do. Not only that, but we can take this strategy one step further. What I'm showing you at the moment is Trend Signal Chapter 1, as I say. But there are times when I look for bigger points. I look at a particular setup and say, this one's going to go a bit more. And I can teach you how to do that too. It is still rules-based. But if I'd done that, then what you're going to see down here below are the results for the last 6 months. You've got the month, you've got the pip count, and you've got what profits you could have made just from staking at £3 a point. I'm not trying to be silly here and put in £20 a point or £50 a point because it's just not really that realistic. £3 a point, however, is realistic, and I just want to show you and I guess prove really that even from looking at the markets just once a day, you can still make a couple of grand a month. Okay, just following the strategies as we teach them, and those are absolute genuine pip tallies from the trades from that sample of markets that we look at. We're not trading Mexican peso against the Czech zloty or anything odd like that. We're trading major currencies, major indices, and major commodities with trading opportunities just like this euro sterling here. Sterling Swiss, you can see this trade at the moment. We're actually looking for a bigger objective on this one. And this trade, we're actually up 350 points on this trade right now. And in fact, I can tell you that whilst we made 1,500 points in February, I put an asterisk there because we've still got one trade running. I can tell you that if I was to look at all of the open positions at the moment, we're up 540 pips on our open positions, and also March, we've closed out profit on 500 pips as well. This is picking up also in March, just so you know, hot off the press, about 1,000 pips in March as well, and that's only from about 9 trades. 9 trades, and we're up best part of 900, 1,000 points in March as well. There is significant profits to be had, whether it's 15-minute trading, whether it's more of a time commitment for you, or even just looking at the markets once a day in the evening UK time. So that's 5 o'clock Eastern, typically there. So it's 9 o'clock UK time, or 10 o'clock from next week. It's 9 o'clock this week. We change after our clocks change. It'll be 10 o'clock at night. Looking for those opportunities, putting on some fantastic trades there as well. So these trades, by the way, these results are net, okay? These are after losses. It's not just the winners, these are after losses. Yes, we do have losses, but it's just a question of dealing with them and risk managing appropriately, and we're going to go through that should you decide to join Trend Signal. The point here really is that these trades are simple enough to follow. Even UK oil here, just so you know, this short on UK oil was a 600 pip winner from a trade that was triggered in February. 600 points there. So significant profits can be had. You just need to know how to do it. And that's something we are very happy to go through with you if you decided to join Trend Signal. Now, what you could also look to do is trade shares as well. So if you wanted to be around in the morning, same rules apply really. And here's a load of shares: Vodafone, United Utilities, Scottish and Southern Energy, Smith & Nephew, Royal Sun Alliance, Randgold Resources, Royal Dutch Shell. These are Shell, big, huge companies. You know, these are FTSE 100 companies. And you can see those opportunities, can't you? You could have spotted these, couldn't you? So what do you think? Do you think you could have spotted these trades, guys? Do you think you could have spotted that Intuit one? Imperial Tobacco, HSBC from a few days ago. There was the buy as the indicators turned from red to green. From there, we've actually rallied about 3%. Now, I can tell you, if you went for a 2% target on all of the trades according to our equity sniper strategy, then last year you'd have been up 84%, just looking for 2% targets. Okay, the potential is very much there. You can even see the success rate on your screen, an 80.5% success rate in 2014. We have the strategies that work. We have the know-how to be able to teach you how to use these strategies so that you can look to generate a profit from trading yourself. It's just a question of whether you want to be using the strategies that we're talking about here. Fresnillo, Billiton, Antofagasta, AHT, Agreco, Anglo-American, just in a trade on that at the moment, hit target day one. See, these opportunities are there, and we can all look to spot those, okay? It's just a question of, as I say, whether you want to as well. The good news is that we have a scanner as well. So the sniper strategy is one of the strategies we employ. We have 3 strategies really, maybe 4 arguably, continuations and swings, and also pivot trades as well. And we can teach you all of that. We have a scanner to be able to spot those sniper trades as well. So when it comes to it, you're a bit tired at night, you know, you're just about to go to bed, and you say, right, let's quickly run the scan maybe, whatever, or first thing in the morning, you're going to look through some stock trades. There's 100 stocks in the FTSE 100. Funnily enough, that's why it's called the FTSE 100. But you know what? You don't want to run through and look through manually 100 stocks, do you? Analyzing chart patterns, all of that to find those opportunities, that sounds far too much like hard work. So what we did last August, we launched our new scanning tool. So what you can do each day, each 4 hours, each 8 hours, whatever it is, each 15 minutes, you can run a scan, which can then source those opportunities that perhaps have a sniper circle in the last couple of bars. Okay, so you can zoom straight into where the action actually is, launch a chart from there, and just zoom straight into perhaps the 2 or 3 trading opportunities that have triggered today, triggered yesterday, that sort of thing. Get your time back. So instead of you spending your hours and hours analyzing charts that actually don't yield an opportunity, here you can cut straight to the chase, find those charts that are brewing up for an opportunity, and place the ones that you then want to place according to the rules of our strategy. That's what our scanner can do. And those of you that day trade, actually, you might be interested with the audible alerts that our sniper brings up as well. So whenever a sniper pops up, it can play a sound and so on. And of course, it's a very visual thing that you can see on the chart too. The point is, we create these tools, indicators, strategies to make the job of trading simpler for you. As I move through to here, you can look at the markets on other time frames as well. The likes of a 4-hour chart perhaps. Same rules apply really. The only real difference is that you're looking at the markets 2 or 3 times a day here. 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock really, UK times, the best times. Here you can see the results on the right hand side, okay? Let's just show you that. So between October and February, looking at a certain number of markets, if you were just to take the opportunities at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., you'd have made over 2,200 pips profit. The interesting thing about this is pips is very good, plus you can actually stake a little bit more because your stops are going to be tighter. So even if you're doing £5 a point, best part of 11,000. Now, that means looking at the markets at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. You're in New Zealand there. It's gone a bit funny there, my screen. Hang on a second. Often does this over a webinar. There you can see those various opportunities, all of these going on to be some very successful trades indeed. The likes of copper there, sell, followed by a buy, and maybe brewing up for an opportunity to sell copper as well. Aussie New Zealand there as well. You can see a nice buy there from yesterday. Again, moving, tracking higher now into profit also. So, you know, the thing about trading is it doesn't have to be complicated, and the reason why is because we've done a lot of this hard work for you. Here we can see a number of opportunities on an 8-hour chart. It may sound like a bit of a curious time frame to trade off, but actually tends to be quite socially good, especially for people in the UK. So you can see there oil, euro, dollar, and so on. Some great opportunities there. To be able to pick up some pretty nice profits as well there. And in fact, if I just bring up euro yen, I just want to show you that we actually just hit target on that just while I was talking earlier. The entry there at 130.40 on the 18th of March. So 100-point targets, that's going to be 131.40. The market just earlier went to 131.49. So we've gone 9 points through our target. We've hit another 100 points. So that's another 100 points chalked up and crystallized into our March tally as well. So we're now closed out 600 points of profit for March. And as I say, we've only had 9 trades. It's been quite quiet, but some significant profits to be had there as well. Okay, good. Okay, so look, let's move on a little bit. I know there's quite a few questions coming through, and that's good, but hopefully the boys there are going through those questions with you. We've got Andrew, Sam, and Lewis on hand to go through any questions there. The thing about Trend Signal, everybody, is that what we're here to do is to help you, and to help you to have the right information and the right tools. You know, one of the things that we find is that many people who join Trend Signal have probably bought something before. You know, they've probably been on a training course, or maybe they've bought a system. You know, one of the problems I find with so many systems is it's not actually how good they are. I mean, typically they tend to have very good track records. They're typically sold based on that track record, but it's weird actually, because so many of these systems I find have a significant refund rate. You know, you'll usually see them with a couple of week or a month money back guarantee period. And I can tell you from being inside the industry that actually these systems usually have anywhere between a 30 to 70% refund rate. That's significant, isn't it? And it doesn't really make sense, because because that means that they're either all lying about how successful their strategies are, or perhaps people just can't follow them. And I rather think it's the latter. I think the problem with so many systems actually is that they're not taught how to use them properly. People buy them, people aren't told how to use them properly, so people don't get the results that they're looking for and really are expecting. In other words, I think as far as most systems go, I think most people are let down by, I guess, just a lazy attempt in order to sell some software, and I just don't think that works. I think when it comes to trading, I think that really what it's about is learning to use it and learning to get the most out of it effectively. Because, you might be busy, you might miss something, there might be something that's lost in translation, and we want to make sure that every single Trend Signal user is using our indicators and using our strategies as they should be. Hey, listen, it's not to say it's complicated, because it's not, but we want to make sure that you all get it right, because those opportunities are there, the results are there. And we want to make sure that you are also partaking in the rewards of those results too. And as Yvonne says here, I've made £2,700 in 7 weeks and started with £500 in my account. I can't tell you how many times I've tried different schemes, but Eureka, I've actually found one that works, and it's brilliant. Now, Yvonne trades just simply the end-of-day charts because she works and so on, and she's doing really well. Having used a number of things before, having been let down by a number of things before, she's now getting the right results from Trend Signal. And really that's because we provided for her what we like to call the complete trading package. Now, the complete trading package includes a number of things that's really geared around you using Trend Signal to its optimal levels. We're not here, let me just be clear on one thing. We're not really here to teach you to trade, okay? I'm just here to teach you to make money. It's a different thing, really. I'm not going to teach you chart patterns, candlestick patterns, that sort of thing. What I'm going to teach you is the actionable information that you need so that you can make a profit from trading. So I'm going to be teaching you when to get into a trade, when to get out of a trade, stops, targets, how to manage those trades, that sort of thing. Teaching you about risk management and psychology, so how to actually run those trades from a mental perspective to make sure that you are able to run them effectively over the longer term as well. So we're going to be teaching you the right information so that you can make a profit from trading using Trend Signal. And that includes a number of things to help you to get there. Okay, so it's the indicators and tools that we've talked about. So we've talked about the indicators. It's a lifetime license with the indicators, plus also a scanner, audible alerts for the snipers as well. And really the information that you're going to need there, including the strategies there. So we can teach you the strategies. We'll start you off on the sniper strategy, and as you get more versed to what we're talking about here, we can then start moving on to swing trades, continuation trades, that sort of thing if you want to. To be honest, you may just say, do you know what, I'm going to stick with the sniper strategy, and that will be absolutely fine. Lots of people do that because it's nice, it's fine, it's nice and easy to spot, less screen time required, that sort of thing, and that's fine for many people. But above all, our strategies have clear entries and have clear exits. So they aren't simple to use and simple to identify, and that is a major part of Trend Signal and the way in which we like to do things. Okay, and now we're going to teach you. We're going to teach you how to do it, and we're going to do that in a number of ways. Number one, we have all the training videos that you would expect, really. So the home study, if you like. So we've got user manual, training videos, that sort of thing. So you can start to from home, do a bit of homework, start to identify some of those trades, using some training videos, apply that knowledge to the charts, and start to really build your knowledge on that basis. So those are people who like to do a bit of work on their own. You're going to have that information there. We also run a trading course here. Now, this is available either in an online format if you're not in the UK. But if you are in the UK and you are able to come over to our office, then you can come over for a full day, and we're going to teach you what you need to know to trade using Trend Signal. Either way, the content is the same, whether it's delivered online or whether it's delivered in our office here. And it's really going to be, as I say, the information you need to know. It's a one-day course. I don't need 5 days to teach you all of this stuff because it's just a lot of it is filler and unnecessary that other companies teach. We're here to teach you what you need to know, and it's not going to be padded out with upsell or anything like that. And I can tell you that because we don't have anything to upsell. At Trend Signal, we offer what we call the complete trading package. There's nothing else that you need and nothing else that we're going to try and get you to buy because you do not need anything else and we do not have anything else. All right. So it's a full day in Milton Keynes there, or an online version instead. You can have my Skype ID and you can have your coach's Skype ID as well. So you can start chatting and interacting about the markets as we go. Not only that, but twice a week we have scheduled online workshops which are hosted on Mondays and Thursdays, 8 o'clock in the morning UK time, with recordings made available every single time, also within the customer login section of the website. So you can have full access to twice weekly online live interactive workshops. Live Q&A will be going through the current trades, current opportunities, where stops should be, targets should be, recent results, looking back at historic trades, the ability for you to post questions to me or my colleagues and say, Adrian, I did this trade on New Zealand yen last week on the daily chart. It looked like a good trade. Did I get it right? And I'll say, yes, it was absolutely spot on. I'll say, no, your stop was in the wrong place, or whatever. And we can really get into the nitty-gritty. You can ask those live questions and everybody can learn together. They're a great way of doing it. And also, because they're delivered online, we're running them anyway. You can have access to those for as long as you like, with the recordings equally available for as long as you like as a Trend Signal user. So quite unconditional love there, if you like. And something we introduced about 2 years ago, which is really personal one-to-one coaching. You can actually be placed with another, well, actually, weirdly enough, another Trend Signal user. So you'll be allocated another Trend Signal user to be your coach. Okay, so it's not a salesman trying to upsell you something. I just want to be very clear on that point. It's another Trend Signal user. Mike and Stuart are our two coaches. They both joined Trend Signal about 5 or 6 years ago, and they're now very, very successful traders. We've taught them how to trade using Trend Signal. They're now very good at it, and with a little bit of spare time on their hands, they're now imparting their knowledge and how they've used Trend Signal, how they've developed their skills using Trend Signal onto you so that you can do exactly the same as them. They're great social proof, if you like, that it can work. And with all due respect, if it can work for them, it can work for anybody. I'm sure they'll hate me saying that. But you can have the opportunity to have 4 personal one-to-one coaching sessions with one of those guys, Mike or Stuart, to go through your trades, look at your opportunities that you're identifying, where you're going right, where you're going wrong, and effectively getting you into a position where your results match our results. That's where we want you to be, and they can help you on a one-to-one level to get you there, just like Colin. Now, Colin here was brand new. He'd never traded before Trend Signal. As a brand new trader, he goes on to say, I've been using Trend Signal for 2 months now. I'm now up £2,168 in my account. That's up 3,560 pips and an 85% success rate. The thing about Colin is he's a brand new trader. How on earth is he able to make 3,560 pips? He's never traded before, but he's doing it because he's following what we've told him to do. That's it, really, because we've done the hard work. We just need to teach you how you can follow it as well. And that's what Colin's doing. And the opportunity is there to potentially be a full-time trader at some stage. Caroline here has now sacked off her job and she's now trading full-time from home. I've been using TrendSignal for a number of years now, making steady profits with the system. I average 20 to 50 pips a day, depending on the market, using 15, 4-hour and daily time frames, and I'm now trading full-time. So the opportunity is there if you wanted to go full-time at some stage as well. You don't have to, though. Some of you would just want to stay looking at the markets once a day. It's up to you. Louis here, he made 12 grand in his first 2 months. The thing is, all of these people had a desire to get better. They weren't happy with the results they were getting before, and they knew the potential that was in the markets, and they thought, you know what, I want to make some of that. I want to make some profits from the markets. I want to make an additional income. And I have the ability to learn simple rules as well. These are all both questions that they could answer yes to, and they had a minimum of 20 minutes a day. If you can do that, if you have the desire, if you have the ability to learn simple rules, and if you have a minimum of 20 minutes a day, then TrendSignal could be the perfect solution for you. As I said earlier in the session, TrendSignal is a lifetime license to our indicators and also a full training package, so you can use TrendSignal's indicators effectively. It's $2,997 plus VAT for that lifetime license, plus also future upgrades to our indicators as well. So for example, if we make a little tweak to the sniper circle in say 6 months time, we'll release that version, give you the opportunity to upgrade to it, and also let you know what it includes as well. And we've never charged for that. I'm very happy to keep that policy indeed. Now, something about TrendSignal. We are a training and education provider. We are the only trader training and education provider in the UK that offers a money-back guarantee. This is how confident we are about the support and the training that we provide alongside our indicators and strategies. If you decide that after joining TrendSignal within the first 2 weeks of being a new customer that TrendSignal is not for you, then you can request and have your money back. It's no problem at all. We can then go our separate ways, and we'll continue to channel our efforts into those that want to learn the TrendSignal way. We'll deactivate your license, refund your money, and away we go. All that we ask within that 2-week period is that you give it a go, okay? Have a go at learning our way. Attend the workshops or watch the recordings, and also place a few trades on a demo or live account. And if you do that, as I say, in other words, have a go at it, and you find that you just don't like the cut of our jib for whatever reason, then fine, submit that refund request within 2 weeks, and we'll get that money back to you, and we'll go our separate ways. Now, guys, look. I've shown you a lot today. I've taught you a strategy. It's simple to follow. It's rules-based, and has shown you that it works with some great results, not from trades from 6 years ago where my strategy happened to work, but trades that are happening right now. So if you're interested in taking it to the next stage, maybe you've got a few questions you want to have a chat with one of the guys here in the office about, find out if TrendSignal is the right product for you or the right strategy, the right system for you, then type CALL, C-A-L-L, into the question section there. What that will happen is then one of the guys here will give you a call, have a chat with you, as I say, find out more about you, find out if TrendSignal is going to be the right system for you, and then from there you can make more of an informed decision about whether to progress forward. We can get you installed straight away. We have the team on hand, the IT support team, the coaching team, to help get you using these strategies and indicators correctly, just like the other people who've written testimonials onto our site there. But you need to type CALL, C-A-L-L, into the question section there to trigger that callback and start the process going. That doesn't mean you have to join today, but at least this way we can start to find out more about you, and you can start to find out more about us, whether TrendSignal is going to be the right solution. If you do join within the next 7 days, however, then we can guarantee those 4 personal one-to-one coaching sessions with another fully trained, full-time TrendSignal user. What they will do is spend time with you, going through your trades, your interpretation of the strategies, and making sure that it is spot on, okay, so that you are fully armed to go and trade effectively there. As I say, type CALL to place an order or to request a call back, and maybe put your phone number in as well. Rachel, thank you very much for the call there as well. That's great. And also Stephen, thank you for the call there as well. Jonathan too, that's wonderful. Now look, this is the batting order. Let's say you wanted to join. How does it work? So let's say I had a conversation with, I don't know, Lewis, Sam, or Andrew, myself this afternoon. We're going to have a chat with you, find out a little bit about you, your experience so far, maybe even find out a bit about your lifestyle. Now, I'm not interested in your drug, sex, and rock and roll intake. What I am interested in is, though, how often you can look at the markets. Because from then, we're then going to work out what is going to be the right time frame, and therefore what are going to be the right markets for you. In other words, laying the foundations down for your trading plan day one, week one. And from that, having placed an order, we can then discuss an installation time. Now, that could be today, it could be tomorrow, no problem at all. And what will happen is one of my IT team, either Jeevan or Zoran, will give you a call at a predetermined time, pre-agreed time, log onto your computer, get the charting software loaded up onto your computer, get the indicators loaded up, and get it all working, get all the data feed working, get the layouts looking right as well. In other words, so it's set up perfectly for you. If you're not great with computers, don't worry about it, because the boys here are on hand to help get you set up so your computer is set up just like we have them here in our offices near Milton Keynes. Okay? Now, how does it work? Well, you need to use a charting platform called Ensign 10. Ensign 10 is $49.95 per month, and it includes a data feed from FXCM with live data for FX, indices, and commodities, and also you can download end-of-day data for stocks. It's basically going to give you all the data you are going to need for the markets that you're going to trade. So a full suite of FX, indices, and commodities, and then you can download the data for pretty much anything else. You can have it on more than one computer. You can have it on a Mac as well, but you do need Windows running on your Mac. About 15 to 20% these days of our customers are Mac users, and it works very, very well on that basis. Okay. So what else are we going to do? Well, we're going to give you access to our training academy. So username and password is going to be sent to you so you can access the training videos, user manuals, that sort of thing. You can have my Skype ID. You can have your coach's Skype ID. Start chatting about the markets. This could all be today or tomorrow if you want it to be so. Online workshops twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. Today's what, Tuesday, isn't it? So the first workshop for you would be Thursday morning, 8 o'clock UK time, with a recording uploaded into our website by about 11 o'clock midday UK time into our site, so you can then access that for future reference, or maybe you were doing the school run, maybe you're in bed, you can watch that recording at a later stage, no problem at all. Your first one-to-one coaching session, if you installed, say, tomorrow, probably looking at maybe Monday next week. Give yourself a few days to get familiar with things, really get a broad understanding of the indicators and so on before that first coaching session, where it's really, the boys are really going to pull it all together and really make sure you are using those indicators correctly at an early stage. We don't want you getting all confused at the beginning. We want to we want to get you right as quickly as possible. As far as the training day is concerned, it might be a little bit too soon now, but we do have, I think, 2 places left for Friday. So that's this Friday, the 27th of March, and that's at our office near Milton Keynes, just off the M1. So if you wanted to come along to that, I think we've got 2 places left for that. If not, the next session will be towards the end of April. You'd be very welcome to come along to that one. Whatever way it is, you'll have the workshops, the coaching sessions, the training day, all layered up over a period of time so that your learning is continuous. You're not just blasted with a 5-day course, because to be honest, you can forget all that. You need the backup and the longevity of support and training to help sure you pick it up and learn it on a continued basis. Because ultimately, we want you to be like Christian here. Okay? Christian sent this testimonial through to my colleague Sam just yesterday. TrendSignal has really turned my trading around. I've been trading for 3 years, mostly Forex. In that time, I've blown up 2 accounts and lost several £1,000s. I've read 27 books, tried to produce my own strategy, but I was ultimately lacking discipline. Since investing in TrendSignal software, which I've been trading with for about 6 weeks, I've made 1,443 pips and turned a 2K account into a 9K account. So he's made £7,000 of profit in a 6-week period as a new user. The investment in TrendSignal has already repaid itself, and I'm making good profit. I would wholeheartedly recommend this to anyone who hasn't tried TrendSignal to take the plunge. I too was skeptical at first, but it's easy to follow. No-nonsense approach makes trading easy, whilst I can focus on my day job. And just to be clear, Christian has made that £7,000 from trading end-of-day charts, looking at the markets once a day. That is all he is doing, and suddenly he's become a very profitable trader using our know-how, using our strategies and our indicators. And you could do that too. Trading is about identifying opportunities and making decisions. Your first step is by typing CALL, C-A-L-L, into the question section there, and then we can have a chat and find out if TrendSignal is the right thing for you. Guys, I want to thank you very much for coming along today. It's been a pleasure talking. We've got a little exit survey at the end of the session. If you wouldn't mind completing that as well, that would be great. Those, I think 7 of you have done callbacks now. I'll be very happy to give you a call later today or tomorrow morning. But otherwise, thanks very much for coming along. Hopefully we'll meet soon, and all the best to you and to your trading.